Welcome back to Kingsburg playthrough, two-player playthrough, and we are doing the end of year 1, and we're now moving from number 4 to number 5, and this is a King's Favor spot. What this one means is the character with the least amount of buildings would gain the King's Favor, which is a little purple token. However, the red and black player both have 2 buildings, so there's a tie. To break the tie, you look at the number of resources. Well, black and red both have 1 resource. Black has a stone and red has a gold. So there's a complete tie, which means nobody gets this King's Favor. So we're going to move directly into the fall phase, and when we move directly to the fall phase, we get to roll dice. So let me just adjust the camera and we'll get to doing that. Okay, and of course in the 2-player game, first thing we do when we roll is we roll 3 dice from a color that is not playing, which in this case is green, and that is 11. So we're going to block the number 11 spot, and then we roll 2 other dice to block another spot, and that is going to be 7. So the number 7 again is blocked. I think 7's been blocked every time. Okay, and now we're on to the red and the black player. I'll roll the dice simultaneously, and we see what they get. So the red player has 10, and the black player has 9, 10, 11, 12. So again, red is going to be in starting, and then black will follow. Okay, let's go back down to the board a little closer, and we'll assign those dice. All right, first up is red, and he's decided to use the 6, which is right here. Next up is, then in turn order, of course, black gets to go, and they're going to spend their 5 and 3 to go on the 8 space. That leaves the 4 for red, and that blocks black because he has a 4 left, so he can do nothing else. So that's basically assigning the dice. Assigning the dice, so we're going to remove the blue and the green again. They play no part here. We go across. So red has the number 4 space. He is going to take a lumber, and red then goes here, and he can trade in something. He's going to trade in his 1 lumber. Whoops. And trading it in, he's going to collect a gold and a stone. So he now has 2 gold and 1 stone. Carrying on, so those dice are removed, and we go to the black player, who just is going to collect only 2 gold. All right. And now it's going to be the build phase. So in turn order, we're going to go to red, and they are going to possibly make a new building. So starting with the red player, the only option he has with the resources that he has is to build a guard tower. So he's going to spend a gold and a stone, and he will build the guard tower. And that will give him 1 victory point. So he's going to go from 4 victory points up to 5. Let's go over to the black player and see what he's going to build. The black player has 2 gold and a stone, and looking at his options, really the only thing he can build is a statue. So he's going to spend his 2 gold. He will spend his 2 gold, and he will build the statue, which immediately gives him 3 victory points. So black's going to go from 3 to 4, 5, 6, passing red now, which has 5 victory points. Okay, let's go back to the board and see what's next. Okay, zooming in here, we have finished the fall phase, and now we're moving to King's Favor, which means we can cash in 2 resources to get 1 soldier. Well, guess what? Neither the red player nor the gray player has 2 resources to spend on soldiers. Excuse me, I have horrible hiccups, but I am trying to muscle my way through this. Okay, so what's up next is, they can't do this, so we're going to go right to the winter phase, which means we're going to reveal the first card. And this is the first army that advances at year year 1, and the strength is going to be between 2 and 4, and we don't know what it is. So let's have a look. So it is a strength 3 goblin army. And this is the penalty for losing the battle to them, and this is the reward if you beat them. And if there's a tie in strength, then nothing happens. So let's take a look at each player and see if they can defeat the goblin hordes. Okay, so looking at the top here, we see that black has 1 guard from the king and red has 0. So let's go down to the red player mat area for buildings and see if they can meet 3 or exceed it. Okay, for red, they have a guard tower, which gives them +1 in battle. So that's going to give them 1. And they have nothing else that adds to battle. So they have 0 from the king. And I completely forgot, in the base game, you are to roll 1 die. And the 1 die is what the king sends in aid. And the king sends a 6 in aid. So basically it's the king sending an army to help the players. So 6 + 1 is 7, which completely exceeds the 3 on the goblins. The goblins are defeated by the red player. They will collect 1 stone. So we add that to their collection. Now let's go to the black player and see what he's got. All right, so at the top, the black player during events has already got 1. And so now we're going to go down to his player board and have a look. Plus the 6 from the king is going to be 7. And we'll see what else he has to add. Okay, so the black player, just tilt that up a little bit, has a barricade that says 0 in battle, but it becomes +1 versus goblins. So that's 8. He has a guard tower, +1 in battle is 9. So he has a total value of 9, which easily beats the goblins' number of 3. He will also gain 1 stone for the defeat. So that goes into his thing. Now he also beat the goblin army with a higher value than the red player. So that is going to score him 1 victory point. So black will move up 1 from 6 to 7. Okay, that is going to end the winter phase. And let me just readjust the board a little bit here. And we will get ready for year 2. All right, so what happens for year 2 is the year marker goes from year 1 down to year 2. We are finished with the winter phase of year 1. So this token now moves over to spot number 1. And when we return for part 3, we will begin year 2 and start the spring, summer, fall, and winter seasons all over again. All right, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for putting up with my hiccups. Join me next time for part 3, where we'll begin year 2. Currently, it is 5 points for red and 7 points for black. Thanks for watching.